the last retro race of the year is about to get going. What a start it was for Joe Luke Eastwood. He's got a very good getaway. The Metro man is going to challenge Dan Swadeland and Biaggi down into Talladega. So there's good stuff from Joe Luke Eastwood on his first season in Rallycross. He's challenging Ian Biaggi through the right-hander of Talladega. We have no real title fight to worry about here because Dan Swadeland has wrapped things up already. He is another king of the year for the Retro Rallycross division, but behind them there should be a bit of a duel between Biaggi and Joe Luke Eastwood. No Simon Hart. Simon's got an issue with the Mark 1 Escort, and Simon's out of this one before it started, sadly. So no Simon Hart, the Essex racer, in his Ford Escort Mark 1, but we have still got a similar car with more horsepower out on circuit, the Julian Godfrey, who's helped prepare the Ford Escort Mark 1 of Dan Swadeland, and he turns through in number 22. The Kent Movers car working smartly with 3 laps left to go. Ian Biaggi, second spot. It's third for Joe Luke Eastwood, fourth for Pete Christmas. Ian Halfhide fifth, and sadly Simon Hart did not start, but it's Dan Swadeland with a 1.1 second gap over Ian Biaggi out front. He's used this Ford Escort in circuit racing previously here at Lydden in the Modified Ford Championship, so it's been a handy car both on the loose and on the tarmac, and Dan is using it very effectively indeed. Joe Luke Eastwood out of the elbow in third spot. He's loved his Rallycross outing. He hasn't got a huge budget at all. He's busy with work and wants to go racing when he can at the weekends. He's just in a tent when he travels to far away events. He camps in the paddocks to save money to put into the Metro and raise enough budget to get the car out on track and get racing and fulfilling his childhood dream of going rallycrossing. So Joe Luke Eastwood's doing just that now in third spot, but Ian Biaggi's in a comfortable second. Dan Swadeland still your race leader out front in the Kent Movers Ford Escort, but it's Biaggi in a comfortable second. Pete Christmas is now your fourth place runner ahead of Ian Halfhide in the Peugeot 205, but into the left-hander at the Devil's Elbow goes Dan Swadeland in the Ford. Through the left-hander two come Biaggi and Joe Luke Eastwood. So the MG Metro A-Series powered car, the ex-Norman Outchin MG Metro, which is driven in period, it's still got the BARC stickers on the side from when it raced in the British Rallycross Championship decades ago. So Joe is trying to keep the Metro in period condition as much as he can. Those plans were dealt a blow when he rolled at Paddock at the last round, but they've got the car repaired. He's worked very well to get it fixed up. It was re-tracked overnight. The tracking was all out, but the team managed to get it, with the help of Bill Richards and the Roadrunners company, got the Metro re-tracked overnight, and it's ready and back on circuit now. But no one can stop Dan Swadeland. The Kent Movers Ford Escort Mark 1 man is a cut above the rest in this one. Ian Biaggi got the better of him during the heats, but Dan Swadeland will be pleased to see a shortened final here as well, because the Ford does begin to overheat in the longer races and can go into a limp mode. So Dan will be pretty happy to be seeing the checker flag being made ready this time through, and the Isle of Sheppey racer is going to come past the grandstands to see out his championship campaign, his last year in the retro division. Dan Swadeland's going to win the race and claim the title with a victory at the end. Dan Swadeland does it. He wins again. His second spot for Ian Biaggi in the Mini in 55. Joe Luke Eastwood in 57 is your third place finisher. And fourth and fifth is close between Pete Christmas in the Toyota and Ian Halfhide in the Peugeot. But Pete Christmas in what is an overweight Toyota. He's hoping to take some weight out of the car over the winter. The drag racer finishes fourth. Ian Halfhide is your final finisher in fifth, the Windsor-based driver, with Simon Hart sadly not starting. You have Lydden Legends Festival returning next year on July 17th to 19th, where a number of these retro drivers will be the star attraction. But Dan Swadeland wins, and with the bonnet signed by spectators here at Lydden, he thanks the fans for their support, waving to the crowd on the slow down lap, and it's another win for the champion.